My name's Alice and I'm a lecturer at the University of Cambridge. I research how we can improve working conditions in the garment industry. As you probably know, the people who make our clothes often do so in dangerous, unsafe and poorly paid conditions. So I'm looking at how we can change that, how we can ensure that our purchasing practices actually contribute to inclusive development, reducing poverty overseas. Now, there's a tendency when we think about the garment industry to tell governments to increase their minimum wages or to tell workers about their rights. One problem with this is that even if workers mobilise for better pay, their governments might be reluctant to increase the minimum wage because they're worried about buyer disengagement. They're worried about companies like Nike or Puma going overseas, relocating to where labour costs are cheaper, such as Myanmar or Cambodia. And so that creates a sort of global race to the bottom, suppressing higher wages. So what can we do about this? Well, instead of thinking that poverty is caused by poor countries, we can instead try to get our own houses in order. Try to think about the ways in which we in Britain could change our purchasing practices or trade deals so as to actually contribute to inclusive development. So I think there are two key options here. One is renegotiating trade deals. As with Brexit, as we renegotiate our trade deals with other countries, we could provide trade incentives for better working conditions, so that if Bangladesh were to improve its labour laws, if it were to enforce those labour laws, then it might see some trade preferences. There might be some economic incentive for improving working conditions. Another possibility is for the private sector to agree to reform, to agree to increase transparency in its supply chain and to be open to binding judicial arrangements whereby if a third party declared that they've been treated unjustly in that supply chain, then the buyers would agree to reform and to be open to audits from trade unions and NGOs. And that's exactly what's happened in the Netherlands. So in this really progressive and exciting new agreement, Dutch retailers, in conjunction with the government under Minister Ploemen, in conjunction with trade unions, have developed this new agreement on sustainable garment and textile production. So my next research project, which I'd like you to join me in, is to explore the impact of this. What impact does it have when an entire country decides to reform its labour practice? Can the Dutch country do it alone? Can Dutch retailers really make a difference? And how does that affect what goes on in Bangladesh and in Pakistan, just if Dutch buyers change all by themselves? So my next research project is to explore the impact of this exciting new arrangement and to think about if Britain could do something similar. If it works for the Dutch, well, could it work for us as well? How could we ensure that when we buy our clothes, it actually ensures decent work? Thank you very much.